Morning, everybody out there.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Good News from Your Nation.
That's right. A little daily dose. I mean, you can get a lot of daily doses of something that can, give you energy. You got 5 hour energy drinks and all kinds of stuff like that. But this little daily dose of the good news, um, it just helps you go through life.
And it's free.
And it's free. That's true. Very good.
Yeah.
It's free. Yeah. And this daily devotion helps me and Cynthia. We hope it helps you guys. And this one is something that a lot of people, I'm sure, deal with. We do and have over the course of our life, especially of trying to live a Christian life, is pray for them that persecute you, that harm you. I mean, like Jesus said in the Beatitudes, chapter 5, verse 44, he says, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. That right there. I don't know if I can say right now at 50 years of age that I've successfully been able to do. I think I have a time or two in my life and recently and so on or whatever, but it's a hit and miss. It's hard to pray for somebody that is your enemy.
That don't even like you or
Right, that is going against you, trying to tear you down, trying to take everything away from you. I mean, I've been through that, and I don't know if other people have been through those type of divorces. Is what I'm talking about. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, and y'all are just perfect and everything worked out great after y'all divorced. But as for me, I had problems, and I'm not going to say everything's just peachy right now today, but when I think about things of that nature, of that subject, but I'm being honest and telling you that it was a long time I went and I did not pray for my enemies.
yeah, it's that it's just hard.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes because but Jesus dwells within us, so we know what's right and wrong.
right.
I've dealt with that too, because you know when you got a big heart, you don't want to think that anybody don't like you.
Right.
You don't want to think that, and I struggle with that, with praying for people that hate me.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
I've gotten a lot better since I got closer to God, but yeah, we're supposed to pray for people that don't even care if we exist.
right. It is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jesus in Matthew 5 said, love your enemies, pray for those that persecute you. And we're going to just jump off into this little devotion and see if it hits and says anything that you are dealing with or have dealt with. I know when I reread or pre-read it, it did me, which spawned me to say what I said here at the first of this. But let's just go ahead and jump in. Is there someone who has hurt you or irritated you? If so, have you prayed for that person? Usually the last thing we do for such individuals is intercede on their behalf. Yeah, it's usually the last thing on your mind and last thing that you're going to even do, right? And maybe once again, like I said, you're perfect and you was able to do that.
Yeah.
That's great. That is. That's what we should do. The temptation is usually to gossip or backbite, right? Get back at them or say something bad or hurtful about the one that's hurt you. Like we want to hurt that we've been hurt.
And I know that, with so much abuse in my life, that I am praying to God to help me um, forgive people that have tortured me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And God knows I still struggle, but God also knows my heart.
Right. And it's hard to forgive those people that have hurt you
It is.
physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah.
But it is, and we're going to get to it, but it is for our benefit and for theirs. When we pray for these people, wherever they may be in their mindset or walk of life, they don't even realize that what they've done to someone, or maybe they do, but they really don't realize that that someone that's getting better in their life and stronger is praying for them so that they can get it, hopefully, one day. And not just continue this cycle, right? So it says, usually the temptation is to gossip and get right back. But have you ever considered why that's true? Of course, there is this natural response of our fallen nature, but there's actually an even more ominous force at work. And I've mentioned this about how the devil, in any relationship there is, friendships, marriages, siblings, and family relationships, and so on, he is attacking. It ain't nothing new. Maybe you know that. I don't know. Maybe you're experiencing that. I don't know. But we have. We've experienced that.
Yeah.
And it's ugly. And there's a lot of hurt. And that's exactly what this force wants to do. And it's our adversary, our enemy. The devil wants to keep strife brewing in the lives of believers. The enemy realizes that intercessory prayer is the supernatural weapon that can tear down strongholds of anger, bitterness, and hurt. As long as we refuse to pray for those who wounded us, he continues to have a foothold and can undermine your effectiveness for God's kingdom. And it will slow you down, it will bog you down, it will make you less than who God intended you and for us to be. We don't want to feel this way about people.
No.
Nobody does. But we're talking about truth here and what really happens and what people are going through and dealing with. And by making sure you don't pray for the offender, he keeps you mired down and unlikely to grow in Christ's likeness. Yeah, he don't want us to pray for those people that offended us, hurt us, and all that. He don't. And it don't feel right because it's not our nature, right? It don't feel right. But it is the right thing to do. Because there's so many ignorant people that are going around and doing all these things haphazardly and without even a feeling in the world. But they are a lost and a hurt person and don't even want to acknowledge it, don't even want to, try to change, because probably, more than likely to be truth about it, more than likely sometime in their life, they were harmed, hurt, of who knows how. And they just, like Cynthia said a few minutes ago, they just continue that cycle. And they continue basically doing what our nature wants to do, our flesh, and what Satan wants, our enemy. Brewing the stuff up in our lives to make sure you remember it. Oh, you remember it all too well. Yeah. And you want to remind yourselves about how you went through this and what they did to you. And that's why I justified, I don't like this person. But it don't do us a bit of good. It don't do us one bit in our growth. So rather than attacking those who hurt you, mount an assault on the evil one through regular, sincere, forgiving, and loving intercession. So we can attack right back to the evil one here that's attacking us
But it ain't worth it.
by this regular, sincere, forgiving, and loving intercession. Your petitions can spell the difference between freedom and bondage for you and for them, those that are enemies that we started this way from. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. So, our petitions, our asking God to help those people that hurt us and to help us through the hurt and forgive
And those
is the
people,
difference between being free and being a prisoner. And God, none of us wants to be a prisoner, and a lot of us are prisoners walking around in this free world. But we're prisoners to the stronghold of our enemy. And we got it all justified because of what these people have done to us. And yet it feels right, don't it? It feels right to say stuff bad about those that hurt you. And it seems like that I was even justified in all the things that I felt and said about my enemy, but I wasn't. I was only doing what my enemy wanted me to do.
yes.
So, I'm on this journey trying to do good each day, and I do have struggles. I do have problems that I reflect back on things that have no business in 2024. But yet, I somehow want to keep them alive, but I'm listening without even realizing it, the attack of the enemy and what he wanted me to do and listen to and stir back up. It's where we got to get that peace, that quiet time with God in a devotion, in a whatever,
And there's nothing better than that, you guys.
to get that bondage of being a prisoner to that and getting rid of it, breaking those shackles, getting away from it and becoming free. Free. Because most people, they got away from their abuser, right? So you got away from it. You was free, but you're still in bondage by holding grudges against that person. And I understand. I've done it. We do it. I've done it. And it is a hard thing for us to do. But when we do it, we are free.
We're free doing that.
Yeah.
God knows, like I said, our hearts. Even if we're struggling and forgiving and stuff.
Yeah.
God knows. He knows what we need to do. That's to seek Him, because I need Him like I've never needed Him before. I need Him. I have to have the Lord.
Yeah.
And I cannot, never again, I cannot ever walk away from God and put all these people that hate me or whatever up here when that, God said, love your enemies.
Right. That's right.
So
it's a deal. So let's just pray for one another and pray for our enemies, and we'll feel better.
Yeah.
We will. And I hope that I can 100% say that one day, that I don't think about it. I don't have this, little grudge still and all that. I want to be able to be free totally from that, because like I said before, it has no place in my life today.
no.
And so let's get through this together, right? On this journey, on this walk, And we know that God is there to help us.
And we're on God's team.
We're on the good team.
That's right.
So yeah, we'll see everybody, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the beautiful next one, okay? So peace out. Love you all out there, okay? Boomage. Yeah.
And I just want to say to everybody to please never give up. Always remember just how special you are, how worth you are, and that you have a beautiful purpose.
That's right, okay?
So we'll see you on the beautiful next one, you guys.
Yep.
Have a great day. Hug yourself so tight. Love you guys.
Wow. Yeah.
You're
See y'all.